Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're doing well wherever you may be. In the recent classes that I've taught in, I had mentioned a line that I know specifically. I've read it from a book. Is that we live our life through the lens of our nervous system, and so I want to give us some tools and give you some opportunities to find ways to be able to calm your nervous system, to be able to live in a more calm state. And there are some very simple ways that I want to start off with. It's what we're looking at through the day. Whether you're still working full-time at an office or if you're at home and you're working full-time from home, or if you're at home and you're just on your phone a lot of the days, or on TV looking at watching Netflix, catching up on your favorite shows. A good idea for that is to take some breaks every now and then, because there's a virgin eye is what we end up fallen into, and then this virgin eye state is, let me elaborate on that. It tends to be more like a bird of prey during its hunt, or a feline in prey during its hunt. It's kind of a singular eye focus, and that's what we do when we're staring at our phones. We're here, and our eyes are pinpoint vision right onto the screen, or we're looking at our TV and we're just closed in completely in on the TV, and that's all that we're focusing in on. Or our computers, the computers are right in front of our face, and this goes for us every day, whether we're in quarantine or not, whether we're at work, at home, whatever we're doing. Anytime we're in a state where we're holding this virgin eye, this eye that is singular focused, we're living in the state of our sympathetic nervous system. So if you think of these birds of prey, it's like as soon as they focus in on what they want, they see a mouse, they see a squirrel, they see a rabbit, and it's narrowed down right into that rabbit, and as they see it, they want to dive down into it. And so this focus of attack is there, right? Or the big prey, right? Same thing. It sees an antelope from miles or a mile away or a quarter mile away, and it's focused in, waiting for its time until eventually it's darting off in attack mode again, in attack mode. When we're on our phones, we're here. We start reading. It becomes even more prevalent for us, the sympathetic nervous system, when we're on our phone and we're reading some bad news. And it's the same when we're reading good news. When we're on our phone, we're focused in. We're still focused in. We have that like attack eye. So to get out of that, we must go into our it's a panoramic eye, the panoramic eye. And if you think about, if you've ever seen on KCET, they have those shows that they're alone, they're in the safari, and they get to focus in on some animal, peaceful animal, like some sort of deer, right? You see the deer grazing. The deer is grazing on the field. It sees everything around it. At the same time, it's still conscious of any prey, anything that's looking to prey on itself. So if it sees a big cat, it can easily scatter and move. At the same time, if it sees an area of grass, it can easily just go over there and start to find its food. So a way of doing this, a way of falling into this panoramic state, is simply go outside, focusing on the sky, focusing on the trees, Anytime we're in nature, we're living in a panoramic state. We start to see the trees, we see the water flow. We become more aware of our surroundings. At the same time, not allowing it to really affect us, right? If you think of the last time you've gone on a hike, we go on a hike, we look at the ground ahead of us, watching our steps. At the same time, we are able to see any beautiful things around us, like we might see new growth at this time of the year, right? We see the new blooms during our springtime. There's a lot of green to look at. You can see the trees start to flourish at this point in the year, this time of the season. So simply going outside and taking a 5-minute break to get into our panoramic state of our eyes, of seeing. Another way of doing this is to exercise the eyes, so we're not just focused, narrow focus. You can look up, look to the side, look down, look to the right, and go circular eye motion back. It's almost like yoga for the eyes. You can, if you live in an apartment complex, you can simply do this in your own house. You can start looking around in the room, again, being aware of everything, being conscious of everything, but not allowing it to steer our focus too far away. Another way is to take a 5-minute meditation. And when I talk about 5-minute meditations, a lot of us can easily go, 5-minute meditation, gulp. Well, how do I do that? Meditating is so hard for me. It's hard for me to focus. It's hard for me to close my eyes and not say or do anything. A good way to start our meditation is simply, again, going outside. Going for a little stroll, walk, and being aware of everything that we see, everything that we hear, but again, not allowing it to affect us. We're not making judgments on the cars that pass us by, the noises that we hear, the birds that are chirping. We're just allowing those things to be. And the more you just allow those things to be, and at the same time being conscious of that, the more we fall into this meditative state. So that's two simple ways of doing it, of falling into our parasympathetic nervous system, again, escaping our sympathetic nervous system. And a third way is simply turn on a 5, 10, 20, 30, 45-minute, hour-long yoga class and being completely focused in on the words and trying to do that, trying to do whatever the teacher's asking at the moment. So we're not in our minds, we're allowing ourselves to just hear and do. Listen, hear, and do. Thank you very much for your time. I will be jumping on more and more throughout these times to give you these short little tricks and tips on how to live in a more calm state. So I thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Thank you.